Houston, Texas is America's 4th largest city. It's built around the picturesque Buffalo Bayou, home to thousands of fish, birds, insects, and alligators. Created around a network of waterways back in the early 1800s, Houston is today susceptible to massive flooding, made worse by global warming, bringing more frequent tropical storms and rain. This impacts wildlife like alligators, who end up traveling far into the city's surrounding lands, and who sometimes end up in people's homes. I've decided to look into this alligator problem in Texas and join 2 different teams of rescuers who are going about catching and releasing these ancient reptiles in very different ways.
Dave's trying to get under.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Don't let it get under. Hurry up, get out. I got a bad hold here.
As a biologist, I travel the world through some of the toughest terrain, on a mission to better understand the relationship between humans and some of the biggest and baddest creatures on the planet.
I'm Niall McCann, and I'm here in Texas working with the nation's top predator, the American alligator.
Located throughout the US South, alligators have been part of daily life here for centuries. Alligators are opportunistic predators who tend to stick to fish, turtles, and small mammals. But occasionally, something bigger, like a feral hog, shows up, and it's game over. These gators have one of the strongest bite forces of any animal, over 2,100 pounds per square inch. And when you add the crocodilian death roll to the mix, few can escape their grip.
It's an interesting fact of life that sometimes the animals we fear the most need the most help. Here in the southern United States, the American alligator is the apex predator. Often growing to over 12 feet in length and weighing 1,000 pounds, alligators are certainly fearsome, but attacks on people are actually very rare. Here in Texas, the never-ending expansion of roads and towns is bringing alligators back into conflict with the one animal that poses them a grave threat: humankind. So I've come here to meet the people that deal with this conflict every day by rescuing displaced and stranded alligators from homes and gardens and ponds across the state, and to work with yet another predator that needs our help: the American alligator.
Openly hunted for their skins until the early 1960s, when populations plummeted, the alligator remained on the US endangered species list until the late 1980s. More sustainable practices have increased numbers to 500,000 in Texas, resulting in more human-gator encounters. Attacks on people remain rare, but more frequent flooding has put gators into places they shouldn't be. That's when alligator removal experts, like Jared at Wildernex, are called in. I'm joining Jared today on a call he received in the outskirts of Houston.
Hi. Hi, I'm Jared.
I'm Debbie.
Nice to meet you.
Mike.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out.
Hi,
Nice to meet you, Mike.
Helping us out with this little guy.
Hey, little man.
Jackson.
How are you?
Big guy.
Yeah.
Likes the alligator.
Yeah, well, we're here to save him. That's for sure. How often do you get alligators come into your yard?
Usually about once a year.
Yeah.
Yes. And they don't usually stay very long. They come in and then they, whatever, I guess, get scared or whatever, and then they'll take off.
Is it always the same time of year? Is it always around
It's
now?
usually yes, spring and summer.
Breeding time.
Right. Yes.
Kicked out.
Moving away.
Yeah. This one I think he's been kicked out. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're old. You're big enough. Get out of here.
Yeah.
So we had one once that was little bitty, and one of the neighbors shot him. It bothered me a lot,
Yeah.
but he was tiny, maybe 3-4 feet. And this one maybe is a little bit bigger. I told you that I thought maybe he was only 4 feet. And when he was out, with the tail, it's kind of hard.
It's hard to say.
They're really hard to gauge. You
And
don't.
today was the first time I'd seen him out of the water.
Right. You have a great viewpoint though that a lot of people don't have, which
Yeah.
is the appreciation for for wildlife and what they are. And people will get so concerned about the harm, and it's just more of a matter of respecting them, and they have a valuable part of our ecosystem.
Yeah, as long as they're not trying to harm you.
There he is. He's popped his head up again, just on the far side. So by the tuft of grass, just to the left of that, right near the bank.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I got to place a call real quick.
Okay.
Into Texas Parks and Wildlife, so they'll release this number to us, and we can get going on it.
Okay, sounds good.
Small alligators are more likely to be forced out of their homes and into human habitat. They're small, so they can be pushed out by floodwaters more easily than a big, powerful alligator. And secondly, at this time of year, in the early summer, it's the breeding season, and large male alligators will not tolerate small alligators around them.
There we go. And then I'll let you tape.
So they're forcing them out of these ponds where they normally spend the rest of the year so that they can have sole access to reproductive females.
The eyes are just
Beautiful
sensational.
eyes.
Absolutely superb. And you can see them sitting right on top of their heads so that when they're in the water, they can sit there with just the eyes and their nostrils sticking out, and they can watch any of their prey without really having any attention alerted to them. And then they're basically ambush predators. They slowly approach, then grab using stealth, followed by speed and power. Jackson, do you want to come and have a close look? It's really soft. It's lovely and soft. Feel that? Isn't that great?
Isn't he so friendly?
So Jackson was really worried that we were going to hurt the alligator because that's the last thing he wanted. So we've had to be very sure to reassure him that nope, the gator's being rescued and moved away.
Right, so we got to get a length measurement and determine sex of the alligator, because we will document all that to report to Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Yeah, this. Okay, so
We'll call it 5'1".
yeah. There we go.
Female. So medium, small size gators, we typically transport in here.
Yeah.
Time to release this little female in a state-approved river.
You know, river systems are one of our better areas to get them to. Yeah, it just seems like every big flood, it is just a drastic change in the banks.
There aren't too many options for a safe release, and this steep bank, eroded by recent flooding, is our best choice.
Yep, got it. Boom. Great stuff.
There she goes.
That went really well. So it's a bit awkward. We didn't want to let her go from the top there because this is quite a drop. It's almost 30 feet from top of the grass down to the water, and we didn't want her to tumble. It's quite steep, but that was good. We got her to a decent distance and she splashed away. I give her an 8.5. Oh, there she is. Fantastic.
Yep.
We're pleased to see the small gator adapting to her new home quickly.
Well done.
Yeah, excellent.
Next, a new call for a gator by a schoolyard seems like a simple task, but ends up taking me into some very tight quarters. Jared's got another call from a utility company to remove a problem alligator located in a busy suburban neighborhood.
So Gary, we're right next to an elementary school. And can you explain what we've got going on here?
Sure, that is the Monahan Elementary School. And what we have here is a drainage channel. The main purpose of this channel is to funnel stormwater into Greens Bayou and then to the Gulf of Mexico. And unfortunately, we do have an alligator that's been sighted in here. And because Parkway Utility District owns this property, we would like to relocate the alligator so there's no risk to the pedestrians that walk around this trail.
You know, I suspect we're just really going to have to cover this vegetation to see if we can push him out of it.
The technique now is to see if we can spot him on the surface or feel him slither by our legs.
The water's not near as clear as it was last time either. But we've had recent rain.
It's a bit of an oily film on the top as well, isn't it?
Right.
Searching for alligators, I'm feeling with my feet, moving my legs, always expecting to step on something that wriggles.
Love this sense of anticipation. Something's laid out there at some point.
Sheldon Reservoir, which is just on the other side of the Beltway, is home to large alligators, 8 to 10 feet in the reservoir. And he may have wandered off from that location through a series of pipes. And this alligator has been well known on social media, and we are also concerned about his well-being. Yeah, we would like to relocate him.
I'll take a look in this culvert here.
Yeah, have a look at the bigger one further down there. Yeah, there's actually a bit of eye shine down there. What colour's the eye shine of the gators?
The gators will be red.
Okay. White, like to be frogs?
Yeah, frogs. You could even see some eye shine from spiders in there.
Cool. You seen alligators in culverts before?
Absolutely, we've caught some out of culverts.
Loads of cockroaches and spiders. Absolutely loads. But no gators. This time. Nothing too exciting. Shame. Would have been nice. This little swampy pond behind me might seem like a bit of an oddity to have in the middle of a community, but it's actually absolutely vital. You think of the amount of water that's coming down in the hurricane season here in Texas. And these are the sponges that can soak that water up. The other thing with all the flooding that's happening is that gators that are resident in ponds all around the state get displaced by the flooding and end up in communities where, of course, there's an element of conflict. A displaced gator is much more likely to be dangerous than one that's resident.
In 2017, flooding from Hurricane Harvey devastated large sections of Texas, including this gator rescue center, sending dozens of large alligators into the surrounding countryside. Once I'm finished with the gator here, I'm heading down to Beaumont to find out about this large operation. For now, there's our elusive social media star, located somewhere in these weeds.
If I can get in a little bit closer, I'm wondering if we can try to keep him. I would think his natural instinct's going to be to duck under.
Go down and go that way,
straight
isn't it?
this way.
He's small enough that we can grab just by hand if we get close, but might be a case of getting our hands underneath and trying to feel for him.
Yeah. If we could get that close on the backside of him.
Yeah.
He's gone again.
Bubbles.
Looked like he headed
Bubbles went
this
that
way.
way.
Bubbles this way.
So the little gator was right here next to this plastic lid. But we watched the trail of Bubbles go off that way, and Jared's just spotted some more over there.
Finally, we lightly snag him and bring him in. Already renowned in this area, this little guy had to go for his own sake and the local kids.
So for quite a while there, I didn't think we were going to have any luck, because this is not an easy place to firstly spot an alligator, and secondly to get close enough to actually have a shot at it. And then I tried to get the noose around it, but it just wasn't working. It's still thrashing around. And I realized it's just about small enough for me to have a pot in my hands. Just, because they are strong. Yeah, even at this size, they can certainly thrash around a fair bit. So yeah, job well done. So where do you want to relocate this one to? Where do you think?
We'll take it to a natural river system, pending Texas Parks and Wildlife approval.
So 3'6".
We drive the gator about an hour away to a secluded stream.
Right, you ready? There you go. There you go. There you go, look at that. Fantastic.
He looks happy for now, and should have plenty of game to eat here.
Camouflage is amazing next to that. Still there.
My next stop is a unique farm, entertainment complex, and rescue center for nuisance and injured alligators.
I'll have you come.
Here I'll meet the largest captive alligator in the state, with a nasty bite.
There we go.
And I discover nuisance gator calls down here are in a whole different league.
Just need to get one more rope around his snout so we can then get safely on him. Man, look at that.
I'm in Houston, Texas, on my way down to encounter some of the biggest alligators in the world.
The center of Houston actually looks relatively small. It's just, as a city, it sprawls miles. There's a never-ending amount of concrete been poured over what used to be the swamps and bayous where the alligators would live.
This is Gator Country, run by a devoted couple who came up with a unique way of solving the nuisance alligator problem. Rescue them and put them in a center to both entertain and educate the people about alligators in their midst. Former military and ex-cop Gary brings the passion, muscle, and gator know-how, and Shannon, who came from the business world, makes this whole place run with max efficiency.
Hey, Gary. How are you?
Hi, Gary.
Nice to meet you.
Shannon.
Hi, Shannon. Niall. Lovely to meet you. So this is where it all happens. This is
where it happens.
Gator Country.
It is. We're really excited to show you. We've got a big operation here.
Amazing.
You know, everything from running an alligator park every day to going out and capturing those alligators in the wild under our nuisance program. So we got a lot of things to show you and a lot to do. So I'm ready to get started when you're ready to get started.
Let's go. Let's get in. Yeah, ready and raring. Fantastic.
Nuisance alligator calls to the park, especially on wet days, are constant. Gary took over the park, an abandoned former gator hide ranch, with 1 or 2 giant alligators left behind, including Big Al, and a later rescue, the gentler Big Tex, the largest in captivity.
That's my good boy.
Fantastic.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
He's going to teach you a thing called a jaw plop in a minute. And I want you to understand, as you're going down on that animal, you keep that hand up and down.
Yeah.
By the time we've done slow motion work on this, by the time you're here is when it snaps. But it looks like
instant.
So just clear your brain and stay focused.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm always up for a challenge.
Whoa. There we go.
It is.
Up, up, up.
Kids, don't try this at home.
Up, up. There you go.
Arlie, the trainer, has put years of work into shaping the behavior of Big Tex to be gentle, while demonstrating the power of alligators with Big Al.
That was very, very close.
How's that heart rate?
Heart rate's doing okay.
It wasn't all that good.
Comes at you.
I think he's had enough. We don't need to pick on him too much, you know?
Fantastic. Cheers, Arlie.
How cool.
That was insane. It's very interesting seeing the difference in personalities as well. We've got Tex, who's lovely and relaxed. Al, who's a lot more aggressive and pushy and lunges at you. And he's a survivor, because this was an alligator farm up until the 1980s when it was abandoned, with 1,100 alligators in it. And in 2005, when Gary took this place over, there were 2 left. This guy and his wife. He's very, very... Ex-wife, yes. They've since had a domestic dispute.
From Big Tex to the smallest alligators in the park, the purpose is to rescue and relocate them to educate the public so these animals are not just shot or killed when people come across them in their neighborhoods.
Alligators are losing land.
Yeah.
I mean, the more refineries we build, the more highways we expand, where are they going to go?
Yeah.
They got nowhere to run.
Yeah.
We're taking it all. And I understand, there's a fine balance that's in between this. But my job is to make sure these alligators got somewhere to go.
It's not like a puppy dog. It's not like an otter. People don't have that love automatically for something. It took Gary educating me on the snakes and the alligators for me to go, wow, they do have a purpose in life and they are here for a reason.
No sooner had I been introduced to the park when Gary got a call to remove an alligator from a nearby farmer's ditch.
decent sized animal there. So it's in this culvert. Do you know how it got in?
We got a lot of rain last week, so he probably got displaced by the floodwaters.
Let me get rods. We'll have to get 2 surf rods on him and then
Ride it out.
ride it out, man. Unless you just want to jump in and get you some of that.
After you. Great stuff. This is a significant departure from the size that we've been dealing with for the first few days. Like maximum 5 and a bit feet. That guy, just from eyeballing, was just disappearing. Somewhere between 9 and 10, which is a really decent size. It's big, it's very, very strong. And it's going to take a few of us. Yeah, he's just gone down. Went down really slowly. Just went straight down.
I just don't want anybody to fall in on that incline.
Yeah. We got the flat part might be the safest place. It's deep in there. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Look, let's just catch him, then we'll worry about getting him out. Let's just get the rope on him.
Get the rope on him.
That'll be your pole right there. This will be mine.
He's right in the middle. He's got mud stirred up right here. Yeah, right in front of him.
All right, let it get to the bottom. Now slowly pull it to you. See if you feel anything. Okay, I think I'm on something. You ought to be too.
Yeah, I'm on something.
Are you?
I'm on something.
Now listen, what I want you to do is, when I say go, what you're gonna do, that rod, go down. We'll set the hook down.
Yeah.
Ready? Go. I broke off. You got it. All right, hold up. Now look, just hold.
Yeah.
Mine broke off.
I'm on. He's gone to the bottom
That's
where
what
he feels safe.
We want him, just let him rest. Because it's fist to blow up. When I put this one in him, trust me.
He's gonna go. The alligator's response to being stressed like this is to go where it feels safest, which is right at the bottom in the deepest part.
But part of that stress is actually part of the hibernation process too.
Yeah.
He'll go down, he'll slow that heart rate down, stay under as long as he can.
Okay.
Okay, you got a hook set, so
I'll
I'm gonna
stay
set
away.
mine.
Yeah, I'll stay away. There you go.
All right, Shannon. Pick a spot where you want to be. Let's see what it's gonna give us.
Here he comes. There we go. There we go, that's the head.
Oh my God, here we go. Set it.
Nice work.
Hold on, I got that. Get him out, he's gotta come out. He's got marks all over. He's been fighting somewhere.
He's been fighting a load of others. He's quite big. He's of that size.
Sorry. Give me a minute.
Size of that, fantastic. Just need to get one more rope around his snout so we can then get safely on him. Man, look at that.
Tap him, Leo. Tap. Ah, Leo. Your rope is keeping me. There you go. Okay, man. Get it done. Watch the roll.
Yeah.
If he rolls, you clear out.
Yeah. That should be fine.
No, sir.
Keep it coming.
Yep. Move backwards. There you go.
I wish we could tell the gators that we're not going to hurt it.
Yeah.
That it's all good.
No question. Do you know he's going to have a life of luxury now where he's going?
Absolutely.
All the girlfriends, all the chicken.
Yeah. All the luxury. He's going to have a lot of luxury.
I wish we could tell him.
Oh,
All right, gang. He's one way to get him up this
fighting
hill.
a lot.
Yeah, he's been fighting. Maybe, it's mating season right now, and that may be why he's running.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the one he's running from.
He's been kicked out by something a lot bigger.
Yep.
Scars all down the back. If you look down the back of his tail, Toddy, down here, scars all down there where obviously another big alligator's got hold of him. Mating season started in about May, so they've been fighting each other, defending the prime territories. They're really, really intolerant of other large males near them. They just fight them all out and then have prime access to the females in the best territories. And it looks like this guy is lost.
Gary's going to use the winch to help us bring the alligator up the hill. Last time I did this with a large croc in Uganda, it took some 20 men.
Very good, guys. All right, let's give it some slack.
We need to see just how big this gator is.
There we go. Yeah, he must be knackered.
9'7".
9'7".
Yeah.
It's pretty decent size.
1, 2, 3. Up. Stay on control the tail.
Yeah,
Stay on control.
I got the tail.
We want the tail to bend that way. There you go. Watch the tape.
Yeah, I'm on.
Push. Okay, now we don't let him bend around.
Ahead, the lost gator finds a new home with fight still in it, and another rescue call turns into one of the most dangerous animal encounters of my life.
Hurry up and get out. I got a bad hold here. I need you to go get the other rope.
I'm in Beaumont, Texas, releasing a nuisance alligator back into the Gator Country Rescue Center. Owner Gary Surridge is committed to help these reptiles.
Nuisance alligators can present a lot of different dangerous situations. Now remember, as some of the different TV shows and things in the past, you know, they harvest the alligator, they shoot it. Danger's over. That's it, not for me. The danger is completely until you get it untaped back in this park. So everything from the time you see it, the time you put your hands on it, and you transfer it back here, 100% is of its dangerous, incredibly dangerous. Now you're gonna walk that knife all the way down that center. Meanwhile, keep in control of the tape so you can rip it off.
Yeah.
All right, it's a dangerous move and one you gotta be quick about. There you go, your fist will be hot. Now get it in your hand so you can rip it off, rip and back up. Good job. That's how you do it, nice.
There's the evidence.
But he doesn't head straight in and needs some coaxing.
Look out.
There we go. Come on, out you come.
Keep moving, keep in a circle. And the next one, he ought to be in the water. There you go.
There you go.
Good job, Niall.
Round you go.
A lot of times people say, well, when you catch these nuisance alligators, and a nuisance being an alligator that's in someone's pool, pond, backyard, or that's been hand-fed by humans and they've lost their fear of humans. A lot of people say, well, why don't you catch those and release them? You see, Texas Parks and Wildlife has a very strict law. If they're deemed a nuisance, they've only got 2 fates. Now, there are those times you can release them on private land. However, what those private landowners are doing, they're releasing them there, and during the hunting season, they're letting the people come hunt them for the tags. So like I've said before, they've only got 2 fates. And this is one of only 2 facilities in Texas where our alligators can go alive.
And Gary and Shannon's care for the alligators extends to the sick and injured.
So were many of these animals shot by poachers in the wild?
We have each one of these here a different situation. The one missing the middle part of his snout, he was actually shot. Somebody shot him with like a .22 rifle. Yeah, she's been with me now about 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
I caught her under a lady's culvert in the front yard driveway. She had been there for quite some time. She was emaciated. I had always wondered what happened to her top jaw originally, and about 3 days after I caught her, 2 doors down, there was a 9-foot alligator. Right. And there's no question that, you know, the larger alligator took her top jaw off.
So in the wild, she would have died, guaranteed?
Absolutely, because she can't catch her prey.
Yeah.
There's just no, it wouldn't work for her. And luckily, we found her, and she's put on a lot of weight. She's
in good shape.
Maybe a little overweight, to be honest with you. But,
a bit jowly, isn't she?
Yeah, but it is. And of course, we've got several more that just had bad fate. But we were able to bring them here. Now, they'll never be able to be released or be in the wild or even go outside with the other alligators in the park because there's just no way we could feed them. Yeah. So we have to keep these inside. They have a pretty good life. I mean, it's
they're well fed.
It's a pretty good life.
No sooner are we done looking at the injured gators when Gary gets another call. This time it's in the middle of a housing development.
This is supposed to be anywhere between 5 and 6 foot.
Big enough to take your hand off.
Yeah, and it can submerge. I mean,
yeah. So the issue with this one is that Gary's received a call for a 5 or a 6 foot long alligator that's somewhere in one of these culverts around here. And I'm standing in it and it's about halfway up my shin, which is deep enough for it to submerge completely and us not to see it, which isn't an ideal situation, because it'd be ideal if we could see where it is.
The worst situations, and the ones that really make me hang my head when I see it, is when an alligator has come out of a ditch and into one of those culverts.
Yeah.
Now we're in a confined space, and he ain't gonna come out and just get in the truck for you.
Nope.
Ain't gonna happen. The only way you're gonna do it is go in that culvert and get him. And when you're in that confined space, now you're in there with water moccasins, you're in there with maybe an alligator snapping turtle, spiders, and it's a, you know, some of the things I did in the military really taught me confined space training. I'm good with it, but there's some people that will not get in those culverts.
Understand.
It's a real challenge.
Gary. Is that a bullfrog's face or is that a snout?
That's the snout of that alligator, and he's not 5 foot.
That's a bit bigger.
It's bigger.
Okay, but it's facing this way.
It's facing us.
Right in the center.
Exactly what we didn't need.
So do we want to push him out this way in that case? Or still go that way?
Here's the issue, man. You got to figure out, can he turn around in here? And this is.
It's not an ideal situation.
No, this is not a good one. Hey, I'm being serious. This is not a good situation.
This is a suboptimal situation.
So, are you sure you want to do the pushing?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
No matter what, you have to keep him off of you.
Yeah.
And here's the problem, when you got the curvatures in this,
He's trying to come around.
he can go under.
Yeah.
You've got to keep him pinned.
Yeah.
So all I have to do is push an angry gator for 80 feet through a storm drain under this street.
Okay. Be able to see pretty well with this. When was the last time we popped up? About 5 minutes ago.
All right, I want to see what you got here. The more room you can take up, the better. Ooh. Can you push it?
Yeah.
Does it move?
Yeah. There's something in the way there. What's that? Oh, it's a bit of a steel pipe. Oh, and in the center, there's that spike.
All right, you be safe.
Will do.
I'll meet you on the other end.
See you at the other side.
Okay, have you felt anything yet?
No, not yet. And I'm coming up to the center.
Okay, how's your gaps looking? How much gap you got on the sides? There's no escape route for him, is there?
No, not at the moment. It's all good. There he is.
Uh-oh.
Right, so he's just smashed into the end.
You cannot let him get around you.
Hear that?
I do. Trust me, I've been there. I know exactly what you're going through.
Okay. Got past the spike, so I'm now about 2/3 of the way down.
Keep moving, you're doing good. Just slow, methodical movements. All right, I'm seeing the tail. The animal's trying to get through. Is it trying to bite the trash can?
It's scratching. Oh, shit.
Stay by.
It's trying to get under.
Don't let it get under. Step, just slow down. He cannot get under. Come on, keep coming. I can rope it by the tail if I have to.
I'm in a Houston suburb with gator expert Gary Sorridge, trying to push an angry alligator out of a flooded storm drain.
Is it trying to bite the trash can?
It's scratching. Oh, shit. It's trying to get under.
Don't let it get under. Step, just slow down. It cannot get under. Come on, keep coming. I can rope it by the tail if I have to. Oh, no, don't. Hey, he got his head under.
Okay.
Stand by. I need to see the animal doing what it was doing a while ago. I'm gonna do a dangerous thing. I'm gonna tail rope it, but I can't see it now. Stand by. I don't like my set. Stand by.
Yeah. Okay.
Walk. Okay, so you stop. It's stuck.
It's got a hold of the...
All right, now come out.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Gosh, she's big.
Hurry up and get out. I got a bad hold here. I need you to go get the other rope. Stand by. Do a complete jaw rope. Yeah. Now. All right.
She's gonna roll. Hang tight. Let go.
She's gonna win that war.
Yeah.
Now, I want to thank and appreciate the guys from Gator Country for pulling that gator out of our neighborhood. If it wasn't for them, oh man, the kids be in trouble in the neighborhood.
Well, that was exhilarating. It was actually quite nervous. I was quite nervous in the middle there, because by that point I got a bit of an idea of how big she was. As it was, she was an inch under 7 feet. And I was quite concerned that she was going to be able to get under that bin that I was pushing, because it looked like she was going to for a while. We knew she was facing me, so we knew she was wanting to go that way, but we also knew that this was the safest place for us to catch her, so we wanted to push her in that direction. So there was a good moment there where I was thinking, she might come under. Just keep my toes tucked in if she does come past me and hope for the best. But as it was, she came out. Gary did a phenomenal job. And then once we had her out here, I knew that she was under control, all things considered.
We take the gator back to her new home at Gator Country.
All right, you're gonna take the tape off. I'm gonna control the animal while you do that.
It's coming now.
All right, now easily, this time easy. All right, very good. Now.
There we go.
Good job. Give her room, let her pass. Nice job, Niall.
There you go. There you go.
She gave you a thank you nod.
It's all yours.
That was nice. It was really
Nicely
good.
done. Nicely done.
Perfect.
There it goes. There's our new friends. She fits right in. She's not much smaller than a lot of those. So this extraordinary little beast, which is about 9 inches long or so, is a 1-year-old American alligator. So now is June and it's the breeding season, so the females are just starting to lay their eggs. This little guy, I can't even think, must weigh a couple of 100 grams, and yet big Tex out there is well over 1,000 pounds, 600 or 700 kilos, absolutely enormous. And the transition from this tiny, tiny, dainty little thing into a 13-foot, 1,000-pound animal. It's just extraordinary.
And yet, as I discovered, even the smallest alligator can wreak havoc when it swims into a populated area.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you today, my friend?
I'm good, I'm Jared.
Jerry.
I'm Niall.
Hi, how are you today, my friend?
Yeah, I'm very well, Jerry.
I'm
Jerry.
Monica.
Hi, Jared.
Monica, I'm Niall.
Monica.
Meet you.
Nice to
Great.
meet you.
What do we got?
Okay, we have an alligator over there.
Okay, and
In the little pond? Let's go take a look.
Under the deck.
Under the deck.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And this pond, it turns out, is the family business. It's stocked with expensive fish.
Yesterday was over there.
So the alligator's in this pond here, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's here. Because yesterday he was over there, but I'm pretty sure now he's under the deck.
He's over there under the deck.
Sure.
There's a duck and a load of little chicks, little ducklings coming along. I wonder if that's going to get the gator out and interested.
Get his attention.
Going to see some food on the bank.
So you last saw it here?
Yeah, well, apparently it was... So it was just underneath that diagonal strut.
Okay.
This nervous gator has only been coming up a few seconds at a time. We'll have to figure out a way to lure him out.
Chicken liver. Okay.
And eat the catfish.
It's chicken liver.
It's best.
Chuck it in, let's see what happens.
The plan is to get the fish to the surface, and maybe the small gator will show up.
He hasn't hung around for long. He came up for about 2 minutes. If that, maybe even less. And it's deep. Jerry was saying it's 14 feet deep here, so it's nice and cool for the alligator to go under and cool down. And deep and safe. So we've got to get him first time, otherwise he could disappear.
Besides their fish, owners Monica and Jerry are concerned the alligator could eat their ducks, dogs, and other animals.
No alligator capture is easy. Jared said this from the start. There's no easy alligator. And I've been lucky enough to experience the full spectrum of difficulty, from
an alligator in a pond that we can see that you can easily cast to, pull out onto the shore, and Bob's your uncle. This, however, is not that alligator. Time is ticking by.
And the issue is we really need to get it out of this pond because this little family's livelihood is based upon the fact that this is a fish farm. And the alligator could clean them out completely. So Jared is waiting on top, basically cocked, ready to go with his fishing rod. But more or less as soon as the gator comes up and takes a breath, it's back down again.
There's a lot of challenges when we try to capture these alligators. There's situations like this where they just will go under and hold their breath for a really extended amount of time. There's other situations where they'll go under and find themselves a mud den, which has an air pocket built into the bank.
And every time the coast seems clear, this mother duck takes her brood for a closely watched spin around the lake.
So we've been here for about 6 hours now, and this gator's just giving us the runaround. And the young lady, Monica, has just come out with a pair of goggles, which means I'm going to go in, because every time he comes to the surface, the second that Jared tries to cast, he just drops. Straight away, boom, straight down, up for a quick breath, and then down again for half an hour, 40 minutes. His longest has been 56. Now he's small enough that I could actually just pick him up by my hands. See how this goes. They're really blue.
After hours of trying to catch one the old-fashioned way, I decided to leap into a Texas pond to catch an alligator with my bare hands.
This one here?
Yeah, right in the center. Right here.
Despite its lovely blue color, the water turned out to be not quite as clear as hoped. We last saw him down at this end. This is not gonna work. What we need now is some luck and Jared's skill. Then we got a break.
Absolutely phenomenal work by Jared there. It is 6:38. And for the last hour, since I went in and had that swim, swam around in the murk, must have stressed him out a bit, the fact that there was a big predator in the pond. And he started to come up frequently, about every 6 to 9 minutes.
Yeah, roughly.
Very impressive. This is seriously impressive work by Jared. This little gator has run us around for 7 hours, 7.5 hours now, all over this pond. I thought we were going home empty-handed.
It's a lot of work.
I really do.
A lot of work.
This is yours. Está suyo.
That's amazing.
Yeah, isn't it great?
Wow.
Quieres tocarlo?
Wow.
Great. You hear it? You can feel it vibrating when it makes that call.
Yeah.
That's the sound. Isn't it stunning?
Wow.
It's male or female?
We don't know yet. We will test the gender in a minute once we've taken some measurements.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, it's stunning.
I love it.
Lovely.
Wow.
4'3".
4'4". Yeah, that's a good guess.
Yeah.
4, 3.5.
Yep.
So Andy wins. Do you guys feel about having this in your pond?
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
And relaxed.
Yeah.
I don't have to be worried anymore.
Great. You were worried? Was it the ducks you were mainly worried about, or your dogs?
The
or
dog is the dog, the cat, everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Job well done.
Thank you.
Well done, man. Honestly. Well done. Really thought we were going to go home empty-handed.
It was very close.
I really did. Yeah. It's been a great privilege being here in Texas, rescuing stranded alligators, having some adventures, and learning more about this fascinating animal. Alligators can be dangerous, of course, but on the whole, they're placid, afraid of people, and generally sensitive to changes in their environment. As is so often the case, what's good for wildlife is also good for people. And I hope that as Texas develops, it learns to climate-proof itself by protecting and creating more alligator habitat, so that this magnificent dinosaur, which has roamed the earth for millions of years, will continue to thrive for millions more.